Hiya folks, I hope everybody's alright today. Nice sunny day here for a change, makes a change. We've had one of the worst springs on record here. The weather doesn't know what to do with itself. I think it's been the worst one for about 60 years. But just thought I'd do a video today. I'm going to talk about 3 or 4 records. I think it's 4 records. And yeah, let's get going. I've been playing them a lot lately as well, and I sort of, if you've been watching this channel regularly, I did a review a few videos back of old Udit's record, this one. Now, I stand by what I said on my last video. It is a decent album, but I'm starting to fall out of love with it a bit. I can listen to the first half okay, but it's when Udit starts to rap or tries to rap, and there's other elements of it now I find really, really infuriating. I have to sort of fast forward it. Diamonds in the Sky, I think it's called Neon Diamonds, the best track off here by far. And We Are One, obviously, I think that was a single, that was a good track. But don't get me wrong, it's a killer album. But some of the hardcore Udit fans probably won't take to it. And I think there's been mumblings in the camp, but I sort of got a love-hate relationship with it now. I must admit I have fell out of love with it a bit, but I still like it, if you know what I mean. It's a hard one, but yeah, it came out, when was it? I think it was last year or this year, 2020 release, and that's the cover. But yeah, it's a good record. But I'm sort of starting to fall out of love with it a bit. Now, this next one was a big deal on the BC a couple of years back, and I think I got this one off Metal Mickey. I'm pretty sure I did, but I sort of played it a lot just lately. And this is Crimson's Glory's first self-titled debut. I couldn't pronounce that. Their first album, and yeah, it's a pretty decent record. They've sort of one of these bands that have got a lot of past members. They keep forming and reforming. I think they were out of Sarasota in Florida, and they were called Beowulf or something before. But this is a solid record. If you like bands like Dream Theater, Fate's Warning, that sort of stuff, you'll definitely like this one. But it isn't too proggy. It's a really, really good, solid sort of rock, power metal, however you want to describe it. And I didn't really detect any sort of, I detected the prog in some of the songs, but I didn't detect it all. But it's just a killer, I wouldn't say a killer album, but it's a solid album. But the only criticism I've got with it, and it's only a small one, is that the singer tries too hard with the vocals. You know, I was shouting at the speakers to him, just relax a bit, man, relax. But he's still a very good vocalist, but I've got a feeling he was trying too hard, because it was the first album. They wanted to get it all right. And yeah, it's a good deal. I'd certainly recommend you buying it if you ever come across it. What year did it come out? 86, 87 it came out. But I think one of these records, I remembered it back in the day, but I didn't actually pull the trigger on it. But it's a solid rock album. I recommend you buy it. Now the next two, sorry, but those 2 records are not in the league of the next 2 I'm going to show you. And Greg the Egg's to blame for this. And got the t-shirt, Greg. Is this one, what Greg sent me. This record hasn't been off my turnstile or my CD player. I was just sounding posh for about 2 weeks. And it's the Dio era of Black Sabbath. Now, the reason why, I don't know if you know, but they've got 2 new records. They've re-released Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, 82 was it respectively, something like that, round about that time. And they've re-released them. Now, I've looked at the re-releases, but I shan't be buying them. You get a few live tracks on the end, or a few bonus tracks or whatever, and that's it. I've already got them on vinyl and CD, so I shan't be wasting any money. Well, not wasting money, but buying them. But this record is a killer. The quality of it, the actual, the quality second to none. It's clear as a bell. And Dio's interpretation on the Sabbath songs are just amazing. Now, I know all you Aussie purists will be shouting at me. I don't want to go there. But all I'm going to say is that Dio's interpretations on the song are fantastic. But I'm not going to go into an argument because if you're an Aussie purist, say, oh, only Aussie can sing Sabbath songs. But I live sort of, 30 mile away from Birmingham, and a lot of my friends are Sabbath fans, and these sort of two records sort of stand the test. Some don't like them, but I love them. I think they're classics. But to me, Dio, he did try to do an Aussie on the songs. He interpreted himself, and they're just phenomenal. But the best record on here for me is Neon Nights itself. That's my favourite song off the first album, Heaven and Hell. And that is just a killer record, a killer song. And Dio certainly put some wump into that. But yeah, if you ever come across this, my advice is to buy it. It's just a killer recording. You'd actually, if you shut your eyes, you'd actually think you're in front of Dio. It's that good. And you've got all the War Pigs, NIB, Children of the Sea. Another track of note, Sweetleaf, probably my favourite Sabbath track, very close. Again, Dio's interpretation on that's just phenomenal. And it's all a brilliant record, phenomenal record. And you've got also a great song of Die Young's another classic. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this. Absolutely amazing. Thanks, Greg. But the last but not least is this record, Triton. Now, I haven't stopped playing this record, and this is their 2021 release. This is Christian metal, or it's hard to describe this record, but if you're into Rush, you'll love this record, and it's phenomenal. And what I love about it is proggy, but it doesn't the proggy doesn't sort of keep kicking you in the butt, if you know what I mean. What they do is all the proggy bits are on the beginning, then you get straight music. And this guy, he can seriously play. I don't know his name, but I've spoken to him on Facebook. It's that guy. And this guy, he can seriously play the guitar. And it's just, the arrangements, it's just out of this world. It's amazing. And I think Scott Waters did the cover art on it as well, which makes it even better. But that's right, his name is Larry Dean. But it's their first album in 30 years. I think it's one I can't pronounce. I've got all 4 of them, all 5 of them. They're hard to get in the UK. And I was so lucky to get one of mine because it's £100 plus CD and I picked it up for like 18 quid. But it's their first album since Style Liger or something. I can't pronounce that. But yeah, there's the booklet action look. And I'm sure Scott Waters has done this. It's one of his. But it's an absolute killer. And I just need the t-shirt now, Scott. But yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, it's a killer. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 all day long. Another thing what I think I want to talk about are these things. And you get I think Scott or somebody at his end did these. These are a genius where you could get a trading card. Because when we were kids, you used to get these with everything. Never went in heavy metal records or anything like that. And whoever put these in heavy metal records is a genius. You can make a fortune off that alone. And you get the card look. It's great promo for the album. But there's a guy with his guitar. And I detected a bit of Genesis and Pink Floyd in this record as well. But it's mainly Rush. And the guy, he sounds a bit like Geddy Lee. But I did detect a bit of Genesis and that sort of progginess. And Pink Floyd influence as well. But Soundmass, if you want it in the UK, you can buy it and you go to a company called, I'll give them a shout out, it's Soundmass. And tell them Scott Waters sent you, but that's the official agent in the UK. And you can get all the stuff that Scott holds up and all the other people hold up. And it's reasonable, it's really well, decently priced. Anyway, folks, I hope you like this offering. And love each other, and I know the world's gone downhill a bit again with all this COVID stuff and that. But my motto in life is just look. If you can't love yourself, love everybody else, and just stay nice and just be nice to each other. See ya next time. Probably be a film one next time or a few more CDs. Bye.